Hey there! We're ready to learn lesson 7.6, multiplication and division rules. It's a lot like what we did yesterday, except that yesterday we did addition and subtraction rules, and today we're going to do multiplication and division. So, determine a rule for the table below. Complete the table and write an equation that describes the pattern. So we have our input and our output. Remember yesterday we talked about the input-output machine. So we put in X, and then something happens, and out comes Y. Right? Same thing, but this is in a table form. So we input a 2 and out, and then and out comes an 8. What happened in the middle to that 2? Well, we could say plus 6, but remember we're doing multiplication and division today, so I'm going to go with times 4. Now, it is a good rule of thumb to check at least 2, if not 3, to make sure that that is actually the rule. So there's nothing here I can't check here. That's a blank. How about this one? Does 4 times 4 equal 16? Yes, okay. How about 10 times 4 is 40? Yes, okay. So we can be confident that our X, our input, X times 4 equals our output, which is Y. All right, now we need to fill in the blank. So 3 times 4 is 12. 5 times 4 is 20. 20 times 4, well, 2 times 4 is 8, and I have one placeholder, 0. And 25 times 4. Now, remember I said you can use a calculator on this chapter, or you can write it off to the side, or you can think about this. 25 times 4, well, 25 cents is 1 quarter. And how much money is 4 quarters? 1 quarter, 25 cents. 2 quarters, 50 cents. 3 quarters, 75 cents. 4 quarters, $1. So our answer is 100. Great. All right. Let's try another one. Charles washes cars to earn money. If he washes 2 cars, he earns $12. See how in the table here they put a 2 and a 12? If he washes 2 cars, he earns $12. If he washes 6 cars, he earns $36. Write an equation to describe the pattern. Then use the equation to find how much money Charles will earn if he washes 8, 10, and 12 cars. Okay. So I'm not sure why the 4 and the 24 is in there because this doesn't mention 4 and 24. But they do have the 8, the 10, and the 12. So let's roll with that. All right. So from 2 to 12, what happened in that function machine? Well, plus 10 or times 6. Okay. Let's check this one. 6 times 6 is 36. And actually, we can check on this one too. 4 times 6 is 24. Okay, so our equation, A times 6, that's the function on here, right, equals B. Yeah, there's our equation. Okay, now we have to fill in the table. So 8 times 6, 48. Again, these are your math facts. You should know these, but if you are struggling with that, you can use a calculator on this chapter. 10 times 6 is 60, and 12 times 6, 72. Remember I told you on those 12s, just a quick review, when you're multiplying times 6, you can think of it as, well, 6 times 2 would end is 12, right? So the 2 would go here, and then we just add 1 to the 6, which would make it 7. Do you remember we talked about that little trick? Okay, let's try another one. Write an equation that describes the pattern. Then use the equation to find the next 3 output numbers. Okay, so our letters here are W and V. So I'm going to write W equals V because remember, we put in the W, out comes the V, right? So 2 times, oh, this one's times 6. 4 times 6, 6 times 6. Okay, great. Hey, this is the same as the last one, times 6. This is the same as the last one. So 6 times 8 is 48. 6 times 10 is 60. 6 times 12 is, do you remember? 72. Okay, that's the same as the last one, but it doesn't look the same. How about this one? Write an equation that describes the pattern. Then use the equation to find the next 3 output numbers. All the questions are the same. Okay, here we have J and K. So I put in J, something happens to it, and out comes K, right? Okay, so let's figure out what that K got a little away from me. Okay, so 4. I put in 4 and out comes a 1. Uh-oh. I'm either subtracting or dividing because the number that came out is less than the number that went in, right? So it could be -3. It could be divided by 4. I'm going to go with divided by 4 because, again, this chapter is multiplication and division. How about 8 divided by 4? Is 8 divided by 4 equal 2? Well, you can think of it backwards. Does 2 times 4 equal 8? Yeah, divided by 4 is right. How about, does 3 times 4 equal 12? Or 12 divided by 4 equal 3? It does. So we can clearly see here now, after we tested not just one, that it is J divided by 4 equals K. So now 16 divided by 4 is 4. 20 divided by 4 is 5. Do you see another pattern here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now that pattern will hold true as long as these increase. 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. 24 divided by 4 is 6. So many patterns. So many patterns. So much fun. Okay, let's do this one. Same directions. E, something happens, equals F. Because I know that the equals is F because that's the output. Okay, 10 goes in, and out comes a 2. So it could be, what do you think? Divided by 5. 20, does 20 divided by 5 equal 4? It does. Does 30 divided by 5 equal 6? It does. So we can be pretty confident here that our pattern is E divided by 5 equals F. 40 divided by 5 is 8. 50 divided by 5 is 10. 60 divided by 5 is 12. You got it. Great work. Good work, friends. All right, create an input-output table for the equation. So here we have an equation that is m times 6 equals n. So the rule here is m times 6 equals n. If I input 1 times 6, my n will be 6. What if I do 2 times 6 equals 12? What if I did 10 times 6 equals 60? Let's do 11 times 6 is 66. You got it. What if I did 100? Now, this side, this doesn't have to be a pattern over here. The rule is whatever I put here, this is the pattern. This is the rule. Okay? Equals 600. You're going to have to do that today on your workbook pages. All right, take out your workbook. Speaking of your workbook, let's turn to page 446. Hit pause when you're ready. Hit play and join me. All right, here we go. Write an equation and describe the patterns. Oh my goodness. This is, do you believe this or not? This is the exact same pattern that we've already done twice. So let's see. Our input is W. Our output is V. Well, I don't know if it's going to be multiplication, but I do because we've already done this twice. So 2 times 6, 4 times 6, 6 times 6, so it's times 6 equals V. And Mrs. Dumont is calling me, so I'm just going to, hey, Mrs. Dumont, I'm making a video. I'll call you right back.
Okay.
All right. So anyway, that's actually the end of our math lesson. So what I want you to do right now, describe the pattern you see in this chart. Well, they increase by 6 each time. And on the bottom, they increase by 12, right? Up top, they increase by 2, by 2, by 2, by 2. And whatever the pattern would be, what I multiply the input by 6, and I get the output. Okay, friends. Go ahead to your Schoology page, see what your assignment is, do your independent practice. Don't forget to do your exit ticket. And if you need help, you know where to find me. See you soon, my friends. Good work today.